Hey bot bosses. All right, so this is how I made my avatar dance. Now, this is not the one and only way to make your avatar dance. This is just the way that after a whole weekend and a bunch of headaches that I found. Okay, so I know we'll be exploring, more ways and everything, but it seemed like I could not find a free way to do this. Everybody wants to sell their offering, and if I had a bought a guide to show me how to do this, I would have been real mad because it was right under my nose. And I'm pretty sure if you're in this program, you would be mad too. So that's why I'm just doing this. Let's just get this out the way. Let's let all the avatars dance. We don't have to keep none of that, right? Okay, so this is what she was doing, right? And this is what she was doing. So yeah, let's get into it. So let me close this out. And the first thing I did was come on over here to pixels, okay? And the reason I came to pixels is because the legal terms says that it's free to use and free to edit, okay? So you go in here and you just kind of find some stuff, see how you want your avatar to move, okay? So the one that I chose is this one. I really like this girl here. She kind of does the moves, little sweet little moves, cute. And so here are the terms right here, okay? So it says that they're free to use, that arbitration is not required, attribution. Bro. Okay. Anyway, so it says that you can be creative and edit them as you like. So I'm taking that as it's okay to use these for our purposes. I don't know, because if you want to, have your avatar do, some line dances and some viral moves, you can. And I'm not telling you to go out here and snatch somebody's video, right? I'm not saying that. Please don't have these people coming for me, right? But you can do the dance yourself and record yourself. You can have somebody else do the dance and record yourself. However you get the download is your business, okay? So this is what I did for the sake of this video, okay? So free download, you're just gonna download it here, all right? And then we're gonna go on over to Kling. Really loving Kling. I would like to be a Kling master. A master Kling. All right, so we're going to click create. All right, and then we're going to go to video. Okay, and we're going to be in Kling 1.6. If you're not in the right version, it's going to kick you out anyway, so don't even worry about that. Okay. All right, so then you're going to pull over the image we're going to animate. Okay, let that load up. All right, and for these you don't need a prompt. They are prompt free. What? That's insane, right? So many things are prompt free right now that I'm like really tripping. So this is what I'm saying. It was right under my freaking nose. Motion control. Right here. Watch this. And I've seen this thing like so many times and I wasn't even thinking. I ain't paying no attention. None at all, right? But that's what we're using, okay? So let's go ahead and click that. All right, so now it brought over our reference image, okay? And so it did a little thing, so it's now, okay, now upload a video to inject some action into me. And this is the key, guys, because it doesn't even have to be a dance. It can be a yoga move. It can be whatever, whatever your imagination, wherever it takes you to have your avatar do whatever you want, legal things. So I'm going to say that too. So now we're going to drop the reference video here. Now this part takes some time. Okay, this takes a couple of minutes, so we're going to come back. All right. Okay, so it has finished doing its thing. And so we see the video here playing, and that's what we want our avatar to do. And then this is what it read. So look at that. Isn't that awesome? Whoa. Okay. And then you'll see here is the motion library, and here are some stock little motions they've got going on right here. Okay. Got some running, some kung fu, whatever. And that's a pretty smooth move, whatever. But so here are your motions that you create. So this is the one that we just created. Okay. This is one that I created before. I created that one. I created this one. That was the line dance one. Okay. So now after this is done, just click confirm. Okay. And then you'll see it right here under motion control. Very awesome, right? Okay. So I'm going to turn off sound effects because that's weird. I don't know what they're doing with that. So then I do add this negative prompt, distortion, disfigurement. I don't really know if it does anything. We're going to do it anyway. And I just like to do that. I can't even see if I spelled that right, but we're going to move on. So 10 seconds. So I use 10 seconds here because our reference video is like 12:14. So it's not going to do the whole video. It's just going to cut it off. And I don't do it. The first time I did this, I edited the video, the reference video, to exactly 10 seconds. And she did a little weird pose at the end. Like, what is that? So I just let it go over now. So now it's 14 seconds of the reference video, and I'm just going to set this for the 10 seconds. Okay. Creativity. I don't really know what this does. I'm going to have to play with that later, but I just keep this at 0 for right now. We can experiment later. I'm running low on credits, guys. So, we ain't got time for all that. All right. So now, the credit for this is a little pricey. It is 100 credits to generate this, but I don't know. I think it's worth it. I like it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna click generate because y'all see I'm struggling over here because I've already done this. But what you're gonna do is click generate. Then it's gonna pop up over here. If you've been in Kling before, it just kind of blurs out and while it's doing its thing. Okay. So that's that. But there is one other thing I want to show you here. If you need to delete your motions, here are all my girls. You go over here to assets, motion list, and here are your motions here. So I don't know, how many of these things we can save or whatever, but you can delete them here if you don't want them anymore. Okay. And I think that is it. Let's go back over so then I can show you. So this is when it finally generated. This is how it looks. Now you can see her arm is doing some AI stuff, but I don't care. Like at this point, it's fine. It's going to get better. The technology is going nuts. And honestly, people, men particularly, are thinking that Akasha is a real human, even though in her profile, I specifically write AI generated girl. AI generated virtual girl, and I'm putting that in all of her descriptions of her posts, but they're still not, I don't know if they're not reading, right? But then I see they go to the profile, but they still come at her like she's a real girl and want to wife her up. And she's not even a spicy girl, which is very interesting. We can dive into that conversation later. But that's it, guys. So now all you do, if you've never been in Kling, so you're just gonna come over here, download your video, take it to social media, add you a trending audio to it, and that's that. The one thing I forgot to mention that when it's generating, it does take about 20 to 25 minutes to generate. Okay. But that's fine because I used another program and I'm telling you that thing was generating for like 12 hours. And we'll talk about that later too. But that's it. Please go ahead, do this. Show me what you've got. Let me see your avatars move. If this was helpful, please let me know. Please share it. You know, I would have been real mad paying for this information, you know, when it was right here. Like it was literally right here. I would have been so mad. Okay, guys. All right. See you later. Bye.